It's a happy season in the K-pop community. You want to guess what season it is? It is Hyuna is a slut season. It's where all the birds, the ducks, the gooses, the boys, and the girls all come out and gloriously celebrate the fact that Hyuna is a slut. A slut. A slut. You people need help. Seriously, at this point, it annoys my life that people continually go on and on and on and on and on about the fact that Hyuna is a slut, she's a whore, she's trashy, she looks bad, blah, 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 blah. I understand people being able to have their opinions, but at this point, it's been said so many times that I'm really sitting here questioning what is the point of talking about it every time she does anything. This girl cannot catch a single break anytime she does anything. Anytime 4 Minute comes back, it's, oh, 4 Minute is all about Hyuna. Anytime she goes solo, it's, oh, she looks trashy. Why is she wearing that? Why are her boobs out? Anytime she comes back with Troublemaker, is, she's talented. She shouldn't be with him. Blah, 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 blah. Leave the girl alone. Like, it seriously, it amazes me that I had to adjust myself because I'm a lady. I can't be putting this on camera. Otherwise, I'm a slut like Hyuna. But really, aside from that awkward moment, it's baffling to me that this is continually coming up again and 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 again. But it really, at the same time, I understand it because it can't really be helped that people have their opinions on this matter, because Lord knows that calling a woman a slut is just the easiest thing on the planet in order to degrade her. I don't really know why that is. Like, for me personally, I don't call anybody a slut anymore for the simple fact that what defines a slut? Is it a woman who wears loose clothing? Is it a woman who loves sex? Is it, like, what is a slut? Can anybody give me the definition of what exactly a slut is? That's one of those... My dog is so loud. Anyways, slut is one of the words to me that's like normal and weird. It's interchangeable between any person that you meet. My definition of a slut may not be what your definition of a slut is, since mine is pretty much nothing. Your mother's definition of a slut may not be what the stripper down the street's definition of a slut is. She may be fine with her occupation. Your mother may think that she needs to be slapped with a Bible. It's interchangeable between people. So anytime that Hyuna gets called a slut, I just really sit here and wonder, what is your definition of a slut? And with these Troublemaker photos, it seems like people are calling her a slut based off of the sole basis of the fact that she's wearing loose clothing. Now, granted, the outfit is a little what the fuck in the means of K-pop idols, and it does kind of look a little like questionable as to why they would dress her like that, knowing that she's had controversy with her sexuality in the past. But the fact of the matter is, the girl is not a slut. Like, from what I gather of what people think a slut is, nobody on this planet, unless you know her personally, can say that she's a slut, for the simple fact that we don't know who she's sleeping with. And from what I've seen on variety shows, Hyuna is one of the nicest, cutest, just most adorable things on the planet. She is not anything like her onstage persona. Nothing like it. So when she gets all this crap for wearing these clothes and, you know, doing the dance moves, stuff that she is pretty much required to do by the company, it just amazes me that people continually go on and on and on acting like it's her choice. It's like she's the one doing the creative process behind her comebacks and etc., 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 when she's not. Honestly, for her as an individual and for her as a woman in general, it's really not fair that so many people come at her continuously for multiple things. It is just, it's not only annoying to me, I feel bad for the girl. I really do, because I can't think of a single person in K-pop who gets as much shit continuously as she does. And honestly, I can sit here and say without a doubt in my mind that she does not deserve any of the stuff that she gets. People are really just mean to the girl for absolutely no reason. Granted, the talent thing I can understand, especially in the means of her dancing. I personally think she's a great dancer. I've seen her dance excellently before, but not a lot of people know that she can dance really well because she doesn't showcase it all the time with everything that she does. But in the means of like the Korean dance ranking polls or whatever that they do, she is a little overrated because she's not a better dancer than Minzy, etc., etc., etc. There are a lot of better dancers than her, but she can dance. A lot of people say, you know, oh, Hyuna can't sing. She's not a singer. She's a rapper. That's like people going on and on about the fact that Nicki Minaj can't sing. Mind you, Nicki Minaj can carry a tune. Don't go there. Anyways, Nicki is a rapper. She said that herself multiple times. I'm not a singer. I'm not a pop star. I'm a rapper. So why people continually go on about her singing when singing is not even her specialty, it makes no sense. Like, that doesn't even sound right. Criticizing a rapper because they can't sing. And yet another thing that really amazes me, especially in the means of 4 Minute, is the fact that everybody continuously goes on and on and on and on and on about the fact that Hyuna is talentless, but then we sit here and we have Jihyun. I'm sorry for all the Jihyun fans out there who may be offended by what I say, but I'm sorry, the girl cannot sing. She cannot sing. She's a freaking singer. She cannot sing to save her life. In Volume Up, I mean, she had one job and she couldn't even do that right. Now, some of you may think that that was me attempting to do a cover of her part, but no, it wasn't. She did this every week for a month, and she's a singer, and Hyuna is the talentless one. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But really, honestly, I've stated my opinion on this so many times, I'm really not going to waste my time talking about it too much on this video. But at the end of the day, like I said before, everybody has their own definition of a slut. Personally, to me, Hyuna is not a slut. She works for a company. She does what she tells them to do. She does her job. She is not a slut for doing her job. If you really have a problem with the way that she dresses, with the way that she carries herself, which I don't know why you would have a problem with because she carries herself just fine to me. If you have a problem with any of that, go to Cube Entertainment. They're the ones telling her to do this stuff. So I don't see why she's the one getting attacked for doing what her company tells her to do. People forget that being a K-pop idol is not really... It is a choice in the means of if you want to pursue it, then you pursue it. But once they get into the company, they don't really have a choice on what they can do unless they have creative control over what they do. Like Hyuri, she has creative control over what she does. Nobody can tell her to do something she doesn't want to do. Even in general, I think she's probably going to beat the hell out of her husband if he tries to make her cook or something like that. She's going to be like, bitch, make your own eggs. Fuck you. So really, you can't sit up here and complain over and over and over again about the fact that she's giving these sexy concepts when really it's not her choice. She's even stated before that she prefers to do cute concepts over sexy concepts, and that in fact, if I'm not mistaken, she even said that she's not comfortable doing sexy concepts like she is doing cute concepts. And if you see her persona on variety shows and whatnot, you can see that fact is blatantly obvious because she's not this just sex cat. She may look like it, but she's not. If you see her personality, she's just a bubbly girl. That's just who she is. And people just go on and on about the fact she's a slut, she's this, she's that. I think we as K-pop fans sometimes, even myself sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, we get so caught up in what we see on camera that we forget that what is seen on camera is not necessarily what's actually true. And Hyuna is one of the prime examples of this. You cannot sit here and call this girl a slut over and over and over again because of what she wears and what she sings and what she looks like in a music video. You can't do that because that's not fair to her. That's not fair to her personality. And really, if I were to sit here to call you a discriminatory bitch for the things that you say about her, you would think that I wasn't fair because I wasn't getting to know you. So what's it any different than what you're doing with her? That was really bad grammar. I might have to film that again. Actually, I'm not because I'm lazy. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. The constant slut comments are absolutely ridiculous. This is yet another thing in the K-pop community that just makes me done with the fandom in general. It's like every single time she does anything, this girl cannot get a break. Even when she does decently well for herself, she can't catch a break. It's always something with her. And it amazes me that it just continues to go on and on and on and on and on. It's really not fair to her. She's done absolutely nothing to deserve the hate that she gets. And one thing that I'm really disappointed in is the fact that international K-pop fans in general tend to complain about the double standards within Korea, but international fans are some of the main ones making fun of her and calling her a whore. In fact, from what I understand, there was really no controversy in Korea over Bubble Pop, even though it eventually got banned later on. But initially, there was really no controversy over the music video and nobody was really saying anything about her. But international fans in the comments of her videos were saying over and over again, oh, she's a slut. Why is she shaking her butt like that? Why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? But you all went off about that, but you had no problem with her being 17 years old, underage, shaking her pussy in front of the camera. Because that makes so much fucking sense. You want to sit up here and call this girl a slut for wearing booty shorts and shaking her butt. Not even like shaking her ass or twerking like porno style. But when she shakes her coochie in front of the camera, y'all have absolutely no problem with it. And y'all say, oh yeah, she needs to go back to the change days, knowing that she was underage. That makes a lot of sense. It's discriminatory. And y'all sit up here and talk about a double standard within Korea. You're reinforcing the double standards by what you're saying about her. At the end of the day, you can have your opinion. You can not like the girl or whatever. But don't sit up here and call her a slut and then complain that there are double standards within K-pop. And then sit up here and lick your TV screens and your computer screens when your oppa takes off his shirt. You're making yourself look like a fool. You're making yourself sound hypocritical. If you have a problem with Hyuna as a talent, as an individual, whatever, state the specific things that you have a problem with her. Don't sit up here and call her a slut because it's easy. Period, point blank. And I'm done.